Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
With a nasty temperament. Ice, well, his watch is working as well as ours. No, there it is.
Damn! What is the biggest ick?
Peter Layton wrestling.
You can suck my fucking dick!
Hard.
Yeah. Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa. Everybody, we're back. After our holiday break, it is Thursday night. It's Sweet Chin Music. First show of 2025. We've got Biggie, always Papa Wheelie, Beckerman. We're here to talk wrestling. Guys, let's just dive in. And how are you doing tonight, Biggie?
Doing good. Glad to be back. I'm excited for what the year's going to bring. We kind of had a little down period after WrestleMania, but I think business is picking up, dude, especially in the WWE. There's a lot of fun to be had, and I've been enjoying some of the matches going on, dude.
And now, as of this week, you have two different streaming services that are now newly carrying wrestling. So HBO Max, you can watch AEW on there, and they're putting stuff on there every day, I hear. And Netflix is starting to load up on WWE stuff. And we got a big Raw coming up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening in the Raw, but I'm here to get taught and maybe give a couple comments. So, do you know what the matches are in the Raw?
Well, the big one's going to be Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Monday night on Netflix.
Get out of here, dude. That's real? I thought that was a bullshit. No, that's real. Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing. So you can watch that. Do you have Netflix, Biggie?
I do. I will probably be watching that. So it's Monday, huh?
Yeah, although I just picked up Netflix so that I can watch Raw. I have a question, though. Is the live on Netflix as bad as they say, like buffering?
It's absolutely no. It's bad, Pop. Don't let them lie to you, Becker. It might not even work for you, bro. I've had experiences where the live pops on, and I can't get it to work, and all you could do is watch old matches, or it takes a couple tries, maybe a day later.
I know a lot of people were upset with the Tyson fight.
Yeah.
Didn't play when it was live, but you could go back and watch it.
People are saying that Netflix should definitely stay away from live sports. All right, Pop
I did
loves
watch it like a weekend ago. They had football on there, and ours worked fine.
There's literally thousands of people reporting how bad it was a few times. So I don't know. Hopefully
I've heard that. Big, you're not the first one to say that. That's why I was kind of wondering how it would be. Hey to Anthony Blaze, what's up? Welcome to the show. One thing we're going to ask everybody, put in the chat, and our panel will, of course, answer as well. What match are you most looking forward to in 2025? What would you want to see? Do some fantasy booking if you want. What wrestling do you want to see in the new year?
I mean, this Cody this CM Punk and what the hell's his name?
Rollins.
Yeah, Rollins will probably be a match I want to see the most.
Yeah, honestly, funny enough, if that hadn't gotten booked, that would have been my answer for this year. I mean, the promos have been brutal. Have you heard some of those promos?
Not since like years ago. I heard they were like leaning towards it. What was the thing that I saw the thing where Punk said I wasn't having fun here. And it's true. And it seems like you were buddy with the guy that used to run the place, and you were having a lot of fun, and that's how it goes a lot of times. You're doing gimmicks, you're in a business, and people get rose petal roadways, and some guys get shit on. And I would think Punk got a good point there. Seth Rollins is a big kiss ass, dude. Huge kiss ass.
That's what CM Punk said, and Seth fired back. At one point, brought up the fact that CM Punk doesn't have kids, and he wouldn't know what it's like to have children. I was like, damn, like that's real. Like he's going after real life stuff.
Yeah, I like it whenever you get a green light to just let it rip, and it takes a real fucking mark or a schmuck to get their feelings hurt whenever you're in a wrestling business. And what is he supposed to do? Ignore the facts? You know, like
They
I don't
went all in on each other.
much, but you know, have fun. The family stuff I could live without.
Hey to Brother John. Hey to Bleeker. What's up, guys? Brother John says he's also a huge kiss ass, and we all look really handsome and smart.
I'm hideous, but thank you, Brother John. So, are you much of a letting wrestlers talk about your wife or kids or shit? Because I don't like that shit too much.
Let's put it this way. Very rarely, and only on top. If you want to bring in the real world, I'm okay with it as long as you're not just doing it like so lately. Christian in AEW, and I know you probably haven't seen any of his promos.
No, I've seen it. I know that's exactly it.
Is to just make fun of your family. And if you do it too much, one, it becomes meaningless. Two, I feel like it exposes just how phony you are. Because obviously this is all, I mean, we all know it's a work, but you don't have to shine the light on it with like, hey, I'm saying this terrible stuff to this guy, and he's just standing here letting me do it because it's not in the script to hit me tonight. Like, that's not, that's just corny. I don't like that.
The thing I've seen him do the most is talk about your dead father.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
All the time, dead father. And I think it's a cheap what do you call it? Cheap pop. Yeah, cheap heat.
Cheap heat. Yeah, it's extremely cheap heat, and the problem is if you do it too much, it looks even worse. Now, in the case of Rollins and Punk, neither one of them have really had these back and forths. They've been kind of avoiding each other. We know Rollins had the axe to grind, but when he first came out after Punk said, "You've been thinking about me for 6 years? I haven't thought about you at all." He kind of no-sold him. Like, I don't have beef with you. I want people with titles. You don't even have a title I can take from you. Like, I don't want to deal with you, kid. And it's set up bigger stuff to come. It's set up the hatred, right? Oh, so good.
It's a thin line because Seth Rollins is a good performer, first of all. He could do shit in the ring to make other guys look good, and he's good at that. Mm-hmm. So I don't hate that he gets a little more than the average amount of time on air, but at the same time, whenever someone uses the gimmick of the only reason you get pushed so hard is because you kiss ass, I love that. I think that's the best, one of the best gimmicks there are, because it's true, and the people will understand that. You know what I mean? Like they don't like kiss ass shit.
One of the funny things to me is that part of his promo, he kept talking about taking the arrows out of his back, and he was gonna stab him into Rollins. CM Punk is like one of the only people I know that can talk about stuff like, I've been taking arrows in my back. And he doesn't, it sounds corny if I repeat it, but when he said it, one, got over in the end, and two, it didn't sound corny because he's able to tell this story and he's able to connect all these dots. He's pretty good.
Yeah. I think people now, I've been seeing highlights of him coming out in like his towel and doing
that was
finishers.
That one house show he did that.
He did that. Well, yeah, he did one house show with his towel on, but he's been doing other shit, and it's more like a funny, gimmicky kind of match, from what I could tell. And So people were also insinuating that he's not getting in good condition or shape because he's still flabby like he was in AEW.
Mhm.
And I don't know that I'm in the same boat because at least he's performing well. He's not botching as much as he used to in AEW. He's getting the cardio in, I think. I think he's getting used to being at the match. He's getting used to being at the show. And he's going to put on some good matches. So I'm excited to see. It's going to be good to see CM Punk. When he got through that match with where the fuck his name is, the big dude, and they did the whole bracelet with the beads and all whatever the fuck.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, McIntyre. And once he got through that, I was like, that's good for all of wrestling because we can't have CM Punk botching and gassing out. Like, we got to have him get through the match. So I'm excited.
They had a couple of terrific matches. He looked good. He played off Roman Reigns well in War Games. And the other thing I would say is he's really good at knowing when he's about to lose the crowd, because during that last promo, he almost lost the crowd and he got him back. But I'm going to let Pop talk.
$65 million watched Tyson and Paul. That was a shit show. The Chiefs game on Christmas pulled $24 million, and that was fine. If WWE pulls anywhere near of numbers of NFL, they will be perfectly fine.
Yeah, and I don't think they'll pull NFL numbers.
I don't know how many people they get watching on a normal basis, but I'm pretty sure it's under 10 million, right?
It's under 2 million.
Yeah.
Actually, it's around 2 million.
Yeah.
For a big one, they'll do like 2.5, but that's about the ceiling for a Raw. Now, it will be interesting because with it being on Netflix, I feel like more people have Netflix at this point than cable.
I think the biggest match that's been seen in the last 30 years was a Goldberg match. I'm not sure who he was up against, but I saw something about that recently. It was a pretty high amount of people watching.
Okay. Bleeker, you are just hateful today. So he's gone off about Cody. Now he's saying CM Punk is old as fuck, LOL. He looks like a 60-year-old uncle. Cody is a skinny dad bod and terrible mic skills. Should not be the heavyweight champ. There, I said it. He has weird shoulders as well.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't even see that comment. Hey, let him rip, Bleeker. Who should we be watching? Because I think Cody's still one of the best in-ring performers. Like, he makes people look good too. I like guys that make people look good. I don't like Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins is like a little Barbie doll, and I don't like him. He's very Shawn Michaels like, but not as good.
I want to like Rollins, but I want to like Rollins so bad, dude, and he makes it difficult. The voice, the Fran Drescher.
I don't think I'll ever be able to get over the hills, dude.
The heels, the ridiculous dressing. Like, buddy, we're from 40 minutes away from each other. We don't dress like that in my hometown.
I don't know where he gets off doing this shit. I mean, I kind of liked the Golden and Black when he did that one. He looked ridiculous at the time, but looking back on it, it's like he should go back to that, you know? But I don't know, dude. The big ass shoes and shit, that shit was horrible.
There's about a 50% chance that I'm in some way related to his stepfather.
Wow.
And I just can't handle like not liking this guy. Like, I want to like him so bad. We're from the same area.
You still should. I think you should still root for him just because he's from your town. Like Miz, it's pretty easy for me to like the Miz. It's pretty easy for me to like Ambrose.
Yeah, they're your home guys.
Little Ohio guys, right?
Yeah, the Ohio guys.
Dolph Ziggler, I can easy. Seth Rollins is a special type of taste of enjoying. I mean,
we don't have much in Eastern Iowa. So I was born in the same Davenport hospital that Seth Rollins was born in. So we're hospital bros. His stepdad is Mexican, and I'm related to one of the biggest Mexican family. My dad's family is all Quad Cities. So that's why I made that joke. There's like a 50% chance I'm related to his stepdad. That's actually probably not 50, but it's probably like 20% chance. We're related to like half of the Rock Island area, Mexico.
Rollins dresses like a rich grandma. Well, give us your favorite wrestler so we can rag on them, Bleeker. This is a little unfair.
Yeah, who is Blake's favorite modern wrestler?
Yeah.
Who's repping you?
I'm really interested to know.
Well, Blake likes his men beefy. He likes the big blown
He likes the beefy guys?
Yeah, like muscular men. And
Well, he would like
I'm
the
gonna
Drew
bet-
McIntyre then.
So he probably likes Drew. And what about Braun Breaker? Are you a Braun Breaker fan?
I doubt it. That guy is trash. I'm over him.
Dude, no.
I'm over him.
I can't allow it, Big. You
No?
need to watch a Braun Breaker match then because
Which one? I've seen him wrestle. I get it. He's fast. He's muscular. Ooh, the guy. He's a knuckle
his
sandwich.
body is
Dude.
like Scott's and his moves are like Rick's.
I'm over him, bro. I don't think he's got what it takes, bro. I used to be big on him, but he kind of dropped the ball in the last few months for me.
Bleeker says Drew sucks on the mic, but he looks the part. You know what? I thought his mic work against CM Punk was
It was getting
passable.
good.
Like, he was good, yeah.
Best
And
he
those
ever been.
T-shirts where he was like over the Punk grave doing
The whole laying out like a playgirl on the announcing table and letting Punk get heat on him was pretty bad. And I just certain things where people hold their body gestures weird throws me off about them.
Yeah, I wish he would stop trying to be sexy.
Yeah.
Randy Orton, the legend killer. You know, gosh, when will we see Randy again, though? Now that he's injured? Oof. Is he injured, Pop, right?
Did he get injured again? Yeah, he just came back, got injured again. That sucks. I love Randy Orton, but I don't know. I don't know if he can handle the strain of it, but
AJ Styles is injured. I think he might retire before.
Yeah, he was on his way out anyway. They gave him plenty of big matches before he left. It's fine. It's fine. What do you think about John Cena did he get a buzz cut recently? Do y'all know about that?
Yeah, he gave up on trying to have hair.
Yeah, he just buzzed it down like old late 90s, early 2000s Cena. Is there any chance Cena goes for another world championship?
I think there's a chance they put one on him because if he gets one, he breaks Flair's record.
I know, dude.
And he said he's going to wrestle the whole year. So you can put a strap on him in WrestleMania and take it off of him by Survivor Series.
Whenever, yeah. All right, Pop.
People are stuck in the ADS type of wrestler, aka Bleak and Katie.
Damn, you're on K-pop now, dude. What the fuck?
Boy, he's in a fighting mood.
Everybody's feisty as hell tonight.
You know,
what is going on?
I'm fine with Cena just doing the crew cut. Like if you're bald, be bald. There is a proud history of bearded, mustached,
He can't handle
men
it.
in wrestling.
Yeah.
Ole Anderson, rest in peace.
Yeah. I mean, even
All
Arn
the
to a certain
Andersons,
extent.
all the Andersons were balding.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's plenty of guys that went bald wrestling. That he can't handle that kind of criticism, though. He's gonna have to make it work. But
he needs to grow a mustache and call himself John Anderson.
I don't know what they'll do with him. I don't think he can handle being a true heel. He'll finish out the year being hero, right?
Well, I don't think he'll go heel at all.
No, I don't think he
said
could do it.
ain't doing it.
Yeah, it don't look like he will. I don't want to talk about old wrestlers, but I mean that's kind of what we got to look forward to. The Rock's going to pop up sometime. Cena's going to pop up sometime. CM Punk's already starting off the year. They're going to get as much business out of these older guys as they can this year because they're going to be packing it up, I would imagine. I mean, it is his retirement year, so. People are hating Rock at this point, though. Y'all know his Instagram account's like dropping more and more lately. Have you heard that?
Well, I think people realize he's full of shit.
He's been lying about a lot of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a Rock fan. I haven't been for quite a while. I was never super into his wrestling skills. His mic skills were always top notch. But let's face it, he had 5 moves and one of them was spitting into his right hand.
I know, dude. Is there any truth that Triple H might be going out the door, dude?
No.
Oh. There's been a lot more people talking about how big of a manipulative piece of shit he is, though, honestly.
What is your hot take that you stole from Wrestle Talk? Do you have a ready, Pop, or should I talk for a minute?
He's
so
got
one
it
thing
covered.
I was gonna say as I was listening to Cornette's, it's omnibus season. They're on break. So they did a compilation of all of the wrestlers we lost. They they packaged together all the wrestlers we lost in 2024 with Cornette talking about them. And I found myself really enjoying the second time around. And this just made me think of it because I was talking about balding guys. Ole Anderson, Jim's tribute to Ole was really good just because they brought up a really good point. Ole Anderson is one of the only people that ever said F you to Vince McMahon and Linda in his speech to them. And he stuck with it. He never flipped. He never went to WWF. He never made up with them. He said, you guys screwed me over. Fuck you, Vince. Fuck you, Linda. Like, I'm done with you people. And he never apologized. He never came back. He never went to work for him because he had money and he didn't need Vince's money. That's impressive. A lot of people didn't stick with that.
No,
All
not
right,
many
Bob.
people did.
Cena wins title on his last night in 2025.
Why would they do that, Pop? And why the hell would Wrestle Talk say that? That sounds like the stupidest fucking declaration I've heard in a long
Why
time.
wouldn't you put it on him and then have
Yeah.
him do a few house shows?
Put him on the last match, like to make it not his retirement. Is that the whole point? Like, he wants out, dude.
He has to. He can't keep going much longer. But anyway, yeah, that was my Cornette chuckle today, just because I was thinking about Ole going off on. I mean, a lot of people told Vince where to go. Not a lot of people told Linda too.
No, I think of 2 guys, and I'm not sure the second guy hasn't went in, but of course Sting for years and years and years. Sting fought.
He eventually came
He
around,
eventually
didn't
gave in. Yeah. And is Kenny Omega? He's still not part of it, right?
He's never. He had some tryouts, but he never.
So
Like a couple of dark matches.
he's
But
probably
he never really. That wasn't really a thing where he ever told them F off. It's just those ships never stopped at each other, right?
Yeah, I know. I mean, even though like he
I'm
might
more thinking,
not.
think about the territory days, Big.
Okay.
And think of all the people Vince screwed on the way to the top, right? He
Right.
screwed Flair. He screwed
He looked out for
Crockett.
Flair a lot too, though.
Not till later though. I'm talking
yeah.
about when Vince poached the territories. He screwed Vern Gagne, right? He screwed Ole Anderson. He screwed the Georgia territory, the Florida territory. He went back on all of his agreements with all these people. He screwed over the what's the Texas family, the Von Erichs. He
Yep.
screwed their dad over.
Yep.
He broke a gentleman's agreement, correct?
No, that's absolutely right. Every
And
territory.
every one of them went to work with him at some point, except Ole Anderson. Ole said, "Fuck you," and he stuck
well,
with it.
I mean, even modern wrestlers that are halfway decorated have been in the WWE. I'm not saying Kenny Omega is like an old school guy, but he is probably the most decorated wrestler that hasn't went WWE, I'd say.
Yeah, he screwed Brett's dad. That is correct, Kyle. And then Brett still went and worked for him.
But everybody sold out to him at one point besides maybe Ole. I mean, who else?
Yeah. Oh, I think Ole's the only one that did not, of those territory barons, Ole's the only one that did not buckle. Jerry Jarrett buckled. Jerry Lawler buckled. They all came back around, even though Vince did them dirty. They all went to go make money with him, and Ole said, "Screw you." And he died still saying, like, I think I read an interview with him a year before he died where he said, "Fuck Vince McMahon." Like, damn. Do you know how hard it is to stay mad that long?
It takes an effort, yeah, but who blames him?
No, I respect it. I mean,
Yeah.
I think for my generation, all I ever knew of Ole Anderson, besides like going back and watching tapes of the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, was knowing about him being a grumpy, crappy booker in WCW.
Well, I mean, at the same time, Becker, like by the time Vince and them bought WCW, it wasn't like he was going to, what the fuck was he going to come back to do? You know, they have no reason to hire him for, I mean, besides a legend.
No.
He was way out.
He's not inducted in any Hall of Fames.
That's crazy, yeah. I'll tell you what.
Probably in the most, he gets criticism for not jumping territories, but why would he? He was on top of Carolina for 15 years and made a ton of money.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Arn anyway, I mean, Arn ain't really an Anderson, but he's the main one.
Well, none of them are really Andersons, except.
Well, I think that a couple of them were related, right? Like the first two.
Ole wasn't. Ole wasn't a real Anderson.
Okay. Anyways, Arn was a big part of WWE for years, so whatever. I mean, he's definitely most recognizable. So.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get off the old stuff. I just thought that was interesting because it was not something I really ever considered. Being his legacy.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Kevin Steen stuff is fun because he's right about Cody. As much as I like Cody's in ring, his flair and shit, like he probably sells a lot of toys. I'm not saying he don't. I'm glad he got a little shine. His dad deserved all of that. You know, his dad was basically wrestling Santa Claus, the fat jolly guy that got over. And, you know, Cody is just like, he's kind of stinking up the place with what we could be doing, I think. Like,
I think he's worn out his welcome.
It's a little boring.
A lot of fans.
And that gives, I don't think Roman deserved any more credit, though. Like, he could have lost the shit years ago. I don't care how long he had it. We wanted that belt out of his hands, too. So I don't think Roman is any better than Cody. I think they both don't deserve to have it that long. But that's me.
Who's Bleak's dad, K-Pop?
Do you like Roman's 3-year reign, or do you think they should have cut him off earlier?
I think everything they did with the bloodline ended up being a great decision because they've gotten, at this point, we're in year 5 now. You're entering year 6 of the storyline. How many storylines pay off this long?
No, it's the most fascinating thing because they definitely have had this resurgence of Samoan, Polynesian wrestlers, but at the same time, like I don't think that Roman deserved to have that big of a run, and I don't think it was as successful as people put on. It's okay. Go ahead, Pop. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking.
He's fighting with Bleeker and K-Pop.
Becker, why isn't "You Are Beautiful" title on UR?
What about Becker? Me?
I think he wants your TV title.
Oh, yes. I know
Yes.
he does.
Becker, why is there such a beautiful title you have? Yeah, something like that.
There we go.
Does that make it better, Pop?
Becker, why isn't your beautiful title on wall?
On wall.
Oh, I do need to put it on the wall, don't I?
Yeah. I mean, it's shiny enough, dude. I have a Hulk Hogan signed boot, and it's not displayed. I don't know. How do you... I mean, it's hard to display a belt or a boot. Like, it's not easy stuff.
Maybe I'll just wear the title. It's kind of heavy, though.
That's my gimmick on Comic Wrestling is our YouTube. I just wear my belt. I like to have that as my aesthetic. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't put it on a wall because at some point, Pop, I'm gonna die, and then you're gonna take it from me, right? And that's Pop's plan. He's gonna outlive me and take my title. I'll tell Jill to throw it in the mail for you.
I think that you'll get a fight out of his mom, Nana, or whatever her name is. Nana. Does it have like Velcro or the metal clasp?
Metal.
Nice. Damn, it's nice. Oh, you got the
Yeah.
extended, dude. You really G'd up.
I want it.
Oh, you won it with the extended belt?
Yeah.
Oh man, they set you up perfect, dude.
Yeah. Actually, Arn even said, he's like, I see a lot of these, and this is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's leather.
Yeah, that's
It's
not a
got
pretty
the-
good one. That's fucking perfect.
And it's got the actual like original ABC.
Yeah. Dude,
CBS, NBC.
it looks so real because the fake ones have really stiff not leather, but fake leather, and that one looks like it's been road ridden or something, dude. That's fucking so good.
Yeah. It's heavy too. It's about 10 pounds, I bet.
Yeah, respect to Nora. Nora would definitely defend well, I don't know if she would not let Becker. Oh no, I'm thinking of it backwards. I'm a stoner. So Papa Willie would take the belt from Beckerman. Yeah, so yeah. I don't know. Maybe your wife would beat his ass or something. There you go.
She would not.
No?
If she found out he wanted it right now, which we must never let her find out, she would send it to him because she says, quote unquote, you don't need any more crap in this house.
So why do y'all think that Triple H is sticking around?
Why? Because he's making a ton of money doing something he loves. Don't you think Triple H loves the wrestling business?
Do I think that he loves the wrestling business? Yeah, I guess. Do I think that someone else can want to
Pop's
get that
looking
job
for
from him?
Jill now.
I think someone else is going to want that job, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think The Rock is definitely going to make it hard for Triple H to keep that spot this year. I think something's going to happen. I don't think The Rock will take it, but I think that the people that have stakes might want to switch it up. But I don't give a fuck. Either way, I'm not much of a Triple H guy. Like, I get sick of Triple H. Oh, he's doing all this shit. They got plenty of talent. Anybody can get those fucking guys over, and he's not. I don't think he's performing as good as it could be. I think it could be better. So
The show is a lot better than it was 2 years ago. The last time Vince had the book.
no, yeah. I think the stars are aligning a little bit better if they can keep them healthy. They got the best roster they've had in the last 3 or 4 years too, though, right?
But I don't know. I keep coming back to, I don't think they're making any changes right now. The numbers are up. Popularity, the sellouts. Triple H brought people back to the arenas. Whether you
Yeah,
might
see, there you
not
go.
like it, but he's selling out arenas.
A lot of the time it's a talent and it's a mutual decision. Like I wonder how much Triple H is just like, I'm manning this ship and I'm making all the fucking moves. Like I just don't know, dude. I feel like he's a fucking weasel in disguise. You guys don't got that feeling like this is
I
Triple
don't
H
have
big
to
game?
like him to appreciate his booking.
Did-
The Vince stuff was bad. When Vince came back with that stupid egg and he was like pushing what was the name of that wrestler, the heel guy that Vince loves so much? I keep coming up with Ricky Starks, but it's not Ricky Starks. A-Town Down guy. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about, Pop. That guy. Vince was in love with him. He was in love with Drew McIntyre, but their promos weren't good. Austin, yeah.
Also, what?
Austin what? Because now I keep thinking of Austin Idol, and I know that's not right.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, Vince was definitely not doing well.
Austin Theory. There
Austin
you go.
Theory.
He's hanging out with that Australian Jay Brown now. But he was Vince's guy. Like Vince saw the future in him.
Yeah, he saw the future in Seth Rollins too. Like Seth was one of his main guys, I would say. I just get sick of ass munchers getting their spot. Like, there's no doubt he wouldn't be there unless he banged Stephanie or kissed up to Vince all these years. Like,
well, of course, he married his way into power.
There's no doubt.
Like, it just doesn't offend me though, because I feel like wrestling's got tons of those stories. What I care about at the end of the day is, are there butts in seats and are people interested in the product? And they are.
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of respect there for Vince because he earned his way there. He didn't have to smooch his way, and he didn't slither. I mean, he kind of did, but he fought his dad the whole way. You know, I kind of missed that kind of guy in charge mentality as opposed to this. You know,
I miss Shane
McMahon. Shane, I don't want any.
Shane.
I think that's kind of why I'm just tired of Triple H too, is because I don't like any McMahon thumbprint. I'd be happy with like a fresh anybody at this point. Like, I don't want to know
all of it.
I want to go back to the 80s, Becker, where we didn't know. We knew, but we didn't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. In the 80s, you didn't know who the booking crew.
No, the announcer might have did it, but kayfabe, we thought it was some other guy. Like, I don't even want to know. I just want it to work.
I thought Jack Tunney was really making matches.
Me too, as a kid, dude. You know, Jack Tunney made some decisions that stuck. He was canon, bro. So
is Shaq Tunney.
Shaq Tunney, you know, he only pops up when he's needed, you know. So he's kind of like Jack Tunney. Something bad in the ring happens, Jack Tunney had to come out.
I feel like we're almost due for a Shaq Tunney appearance at some point.
Yeah, Shaq Tunney told me he's a little he's waiting for the proper time. He needs to have some more heavy hitters to come up to get to his level.
Well, somebody has to do some fuckery also, right?
Yeah, there's got to be some fuckery we don't care for, and there's got to be like a high enough level character to fuck with him. So I don't feel like it's, you know, he don't feel like it's quite the time, but he's waiting in the shadows. So
if you've been living with your head under a rock and you don't know what we're talking about, Shaq Tunney is a character on the Biggie Shaq network. He's from parts unknown. The head office, actually. I think he's from the head office of the Biggie Shaq network.
He's the president of the Comic Collector Club. And, you know, it costs a lot of money and a lot of reason.
I do remember the last time we saw Shaq Tunney, he said he was going to need more money.
There's no doubt about that, yeah. Now, if he got a nice bribe or something like that, he'd probably pop out. But besides that, if it's all about integrity, he'd have to have a real reason, you know. But for now, he's comfortably the president of Collector Club. Collector Club's doing well. We got some good members, and he's very happy with the way things are going. So there's really no need for him. But eventually, I'm sure we will get an appearance.
So, Collector Club, you got any big matches in the coming new year that you got percolating in your brain?
Right now, what's kind of struck me, Becker, is like when I look at these top 100 covers, and all these lists for top 100 covers, I haven't seen a good one. And I don't think it's that hard to get 10 groups of 10 of good covers that make sense. So whenever I see like a top 100 list and I'll have like 15 books that are obviously nowhere near the class of the other ones, I want to get my, the Collector Club needs to come together because it's a group organization effort. It's not anybody's in charge.
Right.
So everybody that's a member, they get to put their 2 cents in, and we all respect each other as collectors. So it's going to be a good show this Friday. But for battle wise, like we might pull out we've been told to bring our top covers that we might want to battle with too, but no real agenda has been thought of. The last good match we had was me versus Tony and Bobby versus Tony and me versus Boston Chris.
Yeah, that was the invasion.
Yeah,
that was good.
And me and Bobby definitely took care of our business and represented for the club. Now we went over to the hunt and there was a little shenanigans going. We might have won that, but we didn't have the control to keep it honorable. So we decided to be the bigger men and let them enjoy their victory. They got we even call it a victory. They win. That's how big of men we are. We're not going to fight and say, "Oh, you cheated us," because it ain't going to get us anywhere.
That was kind of, you know what I mean? Like, they came to your show, they got beat. You go into their show, you put them over.
Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of won, but the people making the rules kind of said, "Nah, that happened, this happened, you lose." So it was a little closer than on the club. On the club, there was clear victors. On the hunt, it was a little controversial, but that's wrestling, and that the hunt has had that happen a few times. So that's kind of like one of the hunt's gimmicks. So I'm glad we didn't lose clean. You know how you get a clean lose, a slow count, a quick count, kind of like that, Becker. Yeah. So we didn't go out with a clean count. We went out on a slow count. So
you got Mark Curtis.
Yeah, which is fine. I'm happy for them. I congratulate them. I consider it a win. It was close enough. They were whooping our ass, so they win. That's it. I can't think of another. I can't think of another match coming up until something gets spicy. I did have Journo on the channel. Maybe I'll try to get him to pop back on.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, let's get back to wrestling. We did talk about Netflix. We talked about Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. How many people, let us know in the chat, do you plan on watching Netflix on Monday for the first Raw?
I'm guessing at least 3 to 5 million, dude.
Yeah, they got to pop a big number out the gate. If they do less than what they were doing on USA Network, that's a disappointment, right?
I don't feel like we're getting enough time to process this shit. It's almost a pay-per-view level match. Like, do you even think we're going to get a clean match? I don't know what the hell is going to happen.
No, I don't.
I don't think it's going to be some fuckeries afoot. They
got to swerve us.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to make it make sense, but I mean, it's still going to mean something. We've been wanting this.
It means something. I mean, I'm excited for that match. John Cena coming back. I want to see what they do with him. Is he just going to be kind of on a parade float for this last year, or is he said he wants to have a real presence? So what angles do you book him in? Who are your big heels that he's going to have issues with, right? Drew McIntyre, maybe. Kevin Owens.
For John Cena, does he?
The New Day.
I don't think that he should do anything less than World or WWE Championship matches. Like, he should be in that mix. Or
do you
if you
put
ain't
him in
gonna
a few enhancement matches to begin with? Like I would imagine his first match back, he faces somebody like a Dominic Mysterio or maybe even Chad Gable.
see, those feel like he might as well be in a tag match or something if he's going to do that. You know.
Yeah. Who's his tag partner? Cody?
I don't know. The guy I would like to see him with is Randy Orton, because he's had the longest chemistry with him than anybody, but Orton's not around, so I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I feel like if you're going to go old, you're going to go with The Rock too. You know, like The Rock, if Cena's around, bopping around, I'm sure The Rock will too. Is there any, I hate to go old school, but, you know, like there's no chance Stone Cold gets any kind of mixture in, right?
No, I think he's done.
Okay. Yeah, he was done last year. He's done this year. That makes sense.
If he didn't come back last year, he ain't coming back.
It don't make sense, yeah.
And
I don't know,
really,
bro. Yeah.
Will we get The Rock versus Cody this year? They set it up.
That was the damnedest scenario, because The Rock just came in and said, "Hold my beer, Cody," and Cody just brought The Rock in. He was like, "Hey, everybody, you know, I won the Royal Rumble, but hey, it's The Rock." And The Rock comes out and he's like, "Yeah, you get to have the match." And then he just walked away with a shit-looking face, and that didn't work out. And you know, bro, I just found out this, dude. So they wanted to only do the tag match. And if it wasn't for somebody speaking up for WrestleMania, there wouldn't have been a night 2. They said, we can't do just the tag match. We got to have the one-on-one also. You believe that?
Well, I know the original plan wasn't Cody versus Roman.
No. The Rock drove that all the way. He wanted just not to even have that. And then there was some upper echelon people that were like, "No, we got to have night 2.
Triple H?
You think it was Triple H? I thought it was just like...
Watch the documentary.
Which documentary?
So WWE did a behind the scenes of WrestleMania.
Okay.
And they did the whole lead up of like how they were reacting in the back when the fans booed the living hell out of Cody not getting that title shot.
Yep. Did they bring up not wanting to do night 2 in the documentary?
Yeah, they talked about all of that.
Okay, good. Maybe that's what I'm seeing it off of. I just seen some clips on YouTube. Yeah, The Rock's a piece of shit, bro. But would I want to see him in a match? Sure. You know, he's more acceptable to me than Triple H, even with The Rock being kind of scummy.
He's got unfinished business with Cody. You know, the whole you can't let him win the whole Mama Rhodes thing.
No. So Papa Willie said they're talking Cena versus Paul or Cena versus Punk at Mania. I think Paul said he's done. Like, is Paul coming back?
That's a gimmick. He's still
just for his baby, huh?
Yeah, he's just taking some time off. He'll be back. I would rather see Cena versus Paul in that. I think Punk at Mania. You could pay off him and Rollins at Mania.
Yeah, I think there's legs with the Rollins and Cena. You could do that for a year, dude. That's gonna.
You could, and you probably should, because they've got so much real life animosity. When Punk was having his issues at AEW and was still signed to AEW, and they were like, "Hey, do you Seth Rollins, like, what do you think about maybe CM Punk coming back to WWE, and he was like, "Oh, Philly Phil, stay away, you're a cancer." Like,
yeah.
he really felt that way. Like, he doesn't like him. They don't like each other.
I mean, I got what Rollins was. He wasn't the only one too, which is funny. Like, there was a few guys saying we don't need Punk around. You know, Punk did kind of go off the deep end there for a while, but I think Punk has got a little humility at this point.
Well, remember, these guys knew him in Ring of Honor when he was on top and they were coming up.
That's right.
And he had that heat with Owens, where him and Owens got into a locker room confrontation because, boy, and this is taking you back. Jim Cornette was at Ring of Honor. He was a booker, and he owned a piece of the company, and he had heat with Kevin Owens, and he was frustrated because he told Steen he didn't want to see him in a t-shirt anymore. He wanted him wrestling in a singlet. And Owens said, "I don't want to wear that. I've always wrestled in gym shorts and a t-shirt. That's what I want to wrestle in. That's what I'm comfortable in." And Cornette must have said something to CM Punk, who was on top at the time, along with Samoa Joe. And Punk went to Steen and said, "You know, what's your fucking problem? If the boss tells you to wear a singlet, you go put on a singlet." And the next pay-per-view, Steen's match, he went out with a t-shirt, but during the match he takes it off and he's got the singlet top on.
Holy shit.
With the sleeves on. And when it was over, he came in the back and he looked at CM Punk and he said, "Are you fucking happy now?" And he claims it was a sarcastic, like, "Hey, are you happy now? Look at what I did for you," you know? And he said he didn't mean it aggressively, but he was blowed up and he was breathing heavy, and it might have came off more aggressive. Well, Punk stood up and shoved him.
There you go. That's
90. Hey, what's up, 90?
Yeah, that's a big compliment there, 90. That's really nice of you.
Somebody had to get the chill out of there. I sent Chill walking. We just brought the FOC. No clickbait, no drama, just the final order cutoff.
Yeah, I've seen some weird stories about how he left like Ring of Honor and all that stuff. I think he said that like he was coming back at one point and he wrestled with it was like a pretty good wrestler, and they were like kind of telling him what to do, and he's like, "Dude, don't you understand? Like, I'm already in WWE. I'm coming here to do y'all a favor at this point, you know." Like, so I'm pointing at like whenever he went to the MMA shit because he didn't work out WWE because he kept getting injured, Ryback situation, you know, he was just like, "I'm better than this. I'm done." Kind of like Shawn Michaels, but a little bit worse, you know. And he went MMA. He got doused, 2 or 3 times. And then he went to AEW, which kind of stunk up the place, and that didn't work out. And he left that place bitching the same way. That's where all this comes from, is that when he left WWE, he was bitching about all the talent in the back and the boys. When he left AEW, he left bitching about all the talent and all the shit back in the boys. Same fucking scenario. So then people start pointing at Punk. They're like, "Oh, you're a stinker. You cry a lot," you know? And now he's back in WWE, and it seems to be he ain't crying. He's pretty happy with what's going on. I don't hate him. I don't think that what he did was that bad, you know? Like, the boys are shitty sometimes, you know? He's getting hurt by fucking green wrestlers. Like, he probably had to work harder than everybody. He just cried a little bit more, you know? That's all. I think we lost you, Becker.
Yeah, I had to turn that up. My stomach started hurting a little bit.
Oh, yeah, we could wrap up. It's been about an hour. We blabbered a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go. Pop, if you can wind her up. Everybody, thank you for showing up to Sweet Chin Music. I've been battling a little bit of a stomach issue, and I thought it had gone away, but it kind of came back there for a minute.
I had to not be on a couple weeks ago because of the stomach thing, so I get it, dude.
Yeah. Pop, get us out of here. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back next Thursday. Biggie Shack, Papa Wheelie. Check out Comic Collector Club. Pop, you got anything going on this weekend? Band of Brothers? Nope. All right. We'll see you next week.
Hot.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.